legendary piece of metal. Hey, what's up guys? We're over here with Marcel, longtime good friend of ours. And this is his Ranger, man. This legendary piece of metal. This is a real special episode, guys. Marcel's been a friend of ours and the Prerunner community for some time. Me personally, probably for about 9 years now. I met Marcel in Barstow at the Wash Jump.
Yeah.
When he had his legendary short course link Silverado. So if you guys don't know that thing, I think it's still out there around, right?
Yeah, actually,
somebody has it, right?
One of my buddies just bought it, and
one of your buddies?
Yeah, and he's like fully redoing everything and
redoing it, but it works.
No, he's not like redoing any of the metal stuff. Just like powder coat, paint,
fresh,
a nice fresh prep on everything, and it should be back out there really soon. He's doing a killer job on it.
Hell yeah, man!
I'm stoked to see it again.
So, dude, so again, met Marcel out there. I think you had a Misfit skull on the truck.
I'm sure I did. I have them on all my trucks. There's one on this one too.
It's our live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
So that truck absolutely worked phenomenal. As it worked in Barstow. 37s, right?
That one had 37s. Yeah.
Beautiful truck. Absolutely ripping. The wash jump landing perfectly. Even the approach to the wash jump at that time was really aggressive. It's pretty aggressive now, but
everything's aggressive in Barstow for sure.
Everything is aggressive in Barstow. Before we jump in, dude, are you down to kind of tell us about that Chevy you had before?
Yeah. So the Chevy was like my first real kind of ground up build. I bought the truck stock, and I actually lowered it first. Like I put a drop kit on it because I needed a break from like off-road and all that.
Okay.
So I thought that didn't last very long.
So it was like a Mama Lona? Like a...
kind of, but so it was like dropped, but it still had methods and like 33s on it.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of cool, but
yeah,
that didn't really last that long because I was still going to the desert all the time and just messing it up.
That's awesome.
So I got a Missoula kit from Chris for the front.
Which are very rare now.
Yeah, now they are.
Yeah.
He's kind of stopped making them. I think he's still making them though, if you ask him nicely. Say please.
Got it.
And then I had a whole bunch of different leaf springs on it and just could not get them to work correct. So I deleted all that and did a 4-link, like a short course kind of style 4-link, but my coilovers weren't mounted to the axle. They were a little bit further up on the trailing arm. But a big 3.0 coilover only with no bypasses on it, a full cage on it. I kept pretty much all the stock interior on the cage because it was my daily driver. It was like literally the only truck I had.
That's so awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
so
it was
cool.
When I was building it, I had to buy a Prius, and it had to be a Prius because to make the payment on the Prius, I was driving Uber on the weekends, literally to pay for a car so I could build my truck.
Do you hear that level of dedication?
Yeah, that was dedication.
Look at this man right here. You know, a lot of people don't understand, and I'm going to be real, the sacrifices that go into building a truck.
For sure, man.
Nothing is easy, man. And Marcel's building it with his bare hands, right? I'm sure you built it at
it was
your house?
literally in my backyard. Like it didn't even fit in the garage.
Dude, that's
backyard of a house I was renting with some buddies.
Prerunner legends, dude. And it's cool because like a lot of people think it just kind of happens overnight with a lot of us, but I mean, Marcel will probably tell you how he got this truck and how it's almost like a level up every time, or like some sort of trade somewhere. You can't just go buy a truck like this.
I mean, you could.
I mean, you can. You can, but
I can't.
But yeah, you can. I can't either. It takes time and dedication, and sacrifice like Marcel made. You know what I mean? But that's cool, man. I had no idea, bro. That's epic. Man.
Yeah, that was. I think I was in my early 20s when I was doing that, like 20, 22, 23. I had like just moved out for my first time and was barely affording that, and I was like, oh,
so why not build a Prerunner?
I'm gonna cage my truck. Yeah, that
sounds great. And dude, and again, guys, that truck worked phenomenally well. in Barstow again. That's how I met Marcel, just sending that jump, landing perfect every time, and like not just once or twice, but like over and over and over.
Yeah.
And there's people in the car, and people were stoked. And I think your buddy Chris was there that day too.
Yeah, so yeah, Chris was the guy who I got the 4-link idea from.
Yeah.
He was kind of the first one in our group of friends that did it like that, like a short course style, and I saw how well it worked, so I was like, well, let's just go for it, I guess.
So Marcel kind of took me back. We were talking about like the local pre-runner scene where he's from. Where are you from, bro?
Long Beach. Lakewood, Long Beach area.
562.
562 boys.
562. So
Desert Rangers.
On Desert Rangers, right?
Yeah.
So there was a whole like clique of dudes from out there, and there still is a pretty good 562 pre-runner scene, but
yeah,
it's almost like you would never imagine such a core influential group coming from one area. You know, we have like Matt Nexus Metalworks is from out there.
Mm-hmm.
The J Turbo guy with the Tundra. You're from out there.
Yeah.
Chris is from out there, right? What was the name of his truck? Clifford?
Clifford, yeah.
It was a red, what was it? Like
a red F-150.
Yeah,
OBS
that thing was
style.
bad, dude.
Yeah, 4-wheel drive beams and stuff.
Beautiful truck.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Worked phenomenally well.
Insane.
Yeah. That truck did have a bitter end though, right? It crashed,
You
right?
could save it. It's for sale.
Is it really?
Yeah, you could save it.
Anybody looking for a project, dude, you know?
You could save it.
And then some other guys, right? Like there was kind of like some meets and all that.
Yeah,
how was that, bro?
There was a ton of dudes out there. I learned out there. GMR, Jason, which everyone probably knows him from DIY Off-Road, and his new, I don't know what his newest name is, but he had a shop in Signal Hill. That's where I learned. I kind of just, actually, if I can go into this, I posted on Desert Dimes when I was like, I don't know, I think I was 16 or 17. I was for sure in high school still.
Tell all the kids and all the newbies what Desert Dimes is.
Desert Dimes is a forum. It's a forum website. It was our Facebook, basically.
Yeah.
Because Facebook wasn't around. There was MySpace, but that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
it was super emo.
Yeah, it was very dark. But forums were like car people's Facebook. And Facebook groups, if you want to go into detail. But there was Desert Rangers and Desert Dimes for like the desert dudes.
The OGs, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was other stuff. Race Desert was going on back then.
But I think we weren't, I don't think we were like...
I was not to that level.
I'm still not at that level.
Yeah.
But I will say that, dude, Desert Rangers and Desert Dimes, you know, those guys and everybody on there was always super welcoming, and there was like introduction posts.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, these are your questions. If you have a question that you think is dumb, search for it. You know, like there was always like these like ways to search and find things in the forums. And it was cool, man. I would get lost in there and kind of nerd out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that was like our Instagram in a way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. That's where you went to see all the pixures of all the builds.
So much information.
And and like literally, you know, my truck has a check engine light. Why? It's because it needs to be 4-linked.
Right, exactly. That's why.
No, but so I went on Desert Dimes and I posted like, are any shops looking for a helper? And Jason responded. He's like, yeah, come by the shop, and dropped his address. And it was a little shop in Signal Hill. It was called the GME, or G Machine Racing at the time. And I walked in and I was like, dude, I've never held like a grinder before, but I love this stuff, so I want to learn. And handed me the broom and said, we'll teach you when you're ready. They taught me pretty much everything I know.
That's insane.
I owe it all to him, basically.
Dang, man.
So, yeah, that's a little bit of history right there for
That's awesome,
myself.
man. Hell yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So hey guys, it's windy.
Very.
See our little mics right here? We're gonna probably use them like this so you guys can hear us better. Hopefully you can hear me better. I hope so.
Check. So yeah, so I basically learned there. This is really awkward.
I know, right? Mic right there.
Bing, bing.
Yeah.
But the Desert Rangers kind of scene, they had like the 562 meets, the OC meets. I'm sure there was, you know, Inland Empire or Riverside meets, but the 562 guys, they always met at Fuddruckers by the mall, and I would just go there. Like, I had a stock S10, and I would just go there and drool over all the, you know, all the pre-runners that were there. But yeah, there was a lot of dudes down there back in the day.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I'd never been to like one of those like 562 meets or anything, but no, I never really went to meets.
Yeah. I've made friends there that I still, people that I'm still friends with today.
I think mine was like the ROR, the Rialto Off-Road Raceway.
Yeah.
Were you around for that?
That was just way too far for me to like.
Oh, super far. Rialto was
I don't
a
think
whole
my truck would have made it.
a whole ass other country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rialto, Fontana, what? Yeah,
there's
that's
no
like,
shot.
dude, yeah. That's kind of where I met a lot of lifelong friends, dude.
Yeah.
You know, the McNeils, like, dude, like, damn, I can go on forever. Matt Hulton, dude.
Yeah, those are the real OGs. That was
OGs, yeah.
They were doing it when I was still reading about it.
Ryan
sure.
Bonzin, dude. ESB Fabrication from San Diego. Like, anyways.
Yeah.
Back in my day. So we're here for this beautiful truck, man. Marcel's truck, I think, to me, was somewhat of a rebellion, I think, to a lot of the builds kind of coming out in the last 10 years. And I think it's very Marcel-esque to be punk rock about it and be like, yo, this is my take on it. So this is my entry into this right here, right? I think this was Marcel's way of saying, like, I can build a truck that works like yours to a certain extent.
I hope.
and I could build it in a quarter of the time, or in mine, like a fraction of the time.
Well, compared to yours,
and it's gonna work. Yeah, exactly. Compared to mine, it's still not built. Oh, it is built. Well, whatever. That's another story.
Here comes the
BRB.
The thing in the video.
Yeah, here comes my truck crashing, dude. So, and you know what? So, I think it really turned a lot of heads, and it really made people refocus on what's attainable, what can be done. And I mean, like, you guys just have to look at Marcel's truck in action. And I mean, we got to cut to like one cool clip right now. Like, so if you guys can see, it's pretty insane to have something be able to do those kinds of things, and then have windows and be able to cruise around and go to in and out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something special about Prerunner. And I feel like this truck tells a really great story of an era and a revolution to this new era of bigger is better, because it's not always like that. You know, you could have just as much fun driving, dude, I don't know, freaking rough country, dude, a rough country truck, dude. Yeah. I'm telling you, look at Black Beauty, the truck we built, dude. I've had so much fun driving that thing.
Yeah.
That little Ranger, and it's just about seat time, man. Going out and having fun. It doesn't need to be so deep pockets. It doesn't need to be about that. So I'll let Marcel take it away and tell us about this beautiful truck. Super beautiful truck. We love this damn truck. I even wore the Marcel's shirt right here, the Marcy Tech shirt. If you guys haven't seen this one, super cool. I think we might have a few left. If not, tell us to reprint it. Maybe we will. All right, brother.
All right.
So tell us about this thing. Your make, model.
It's a 93 Ford Ranger. I bought the truck not stock. It was kind of built already from an old Desert Rangers member.
Oh, okay. So what did it have when you first got it?
When I bought it, it had just basically cut and extended stock front beams on the front with like a really simple engine hoop and 2.5 coilover. It had leaf springs on the back with a really nice bed cage, actually, and the cage inside was already done also. And that's pretty much the whole reason I bought the truck was I didn't want to start over, because that's like really expensive.
Right.
I knew my plan was like all of this exact suspension, and I couldn't buy it just starting all over. But I knew if I bought a truck that was a pretty good deal, that had some stuff that I could sell, to kind of recoup and stuff. And to be honest, I never wanted to build another cage after my crew cab. And this one has a super nice cage in it, so it was kind of a no-brainer.
Structurally ready to go.
Yeah.
The headache's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
The headache of like cutting sheet metal inside of that little tiny cab, like,
right.
It's not fun. For anyone that's built a cage, they know what I'm talking about. It's pretty miserable. Basically, in the back, I ditched the leaf springs. I cut the bed cage off in a way that I could resell it. Someone could still use it.
Did someone end up picking it up?
Yeah, someone bought it.
Heck yeah.
And I'm sure they welded it to their truck, and it was a really nice bed cage.
Awesome.
Sold all the leaf springs. It had this 9-inch in it already, which was pretty cool because Morgan Clark did a truss on the bottom side of it.
Oh, nice.
It looks really nice. Yeah, it's probably the nicest stuff on this truck.
Get out of here, dude.
And then, so I did that first, like pretty much right when I bought it. I never even drove it with the leaf springs because...
You were just like, we got to go.
Yeah,
we got to go. Yeah.
So
you've been there.
Yeah.
You've been there. You know what's up. Yeah.
So I already had this 4-link on order from SI Motorsports and just started installing it. drove it like that for like 2 seasons, I think, with basically the back half how it is, and then the stock extended beams on the front.
Okay.
What I was able to do was the bypasses that it had on the back, they stayed on the back, and then the coilovers that were on the front, I put them on the back because they were the perfect size.
Perfect.
And then I just upgraded the front to 3.0 coilovers with that front end that it came with.
Okay.
And it was pretty good for a while, but Kevin from Dialed Shock Prep, he got the truck working really well.
Kevin's another 562 kid.
Yeah. He was.
And
around.
Kevin's more of like a newer guy. But anyways, hi Kevin, you're awesome. I love what you do.
mean, he had a truck back when he had a truck before me.
How old is he? Young?
He had a rain gutter. He's my age.
Really, dude, man, that was dude. All right.
Are you saying he looks good?
He looks pretty good, bro. You know, yeah. You guys, all you guys. I've always thought you like are way younger than me. All you guys, I'm just old guys. Maybe that's what it is. Old man. Back in my day. Anyways, so yeah, Kevin's a great guy. And so what did he say about that front end?
Well, it was working okay, but it had stock Ranger like spindles and hubs on them.
Got it.
And I was having to buy bearings like after every trip because I was just out driving them. So
and that was just like scary.
Yeah,
it's scary to have to worry about that going out.
Is my wheel gonna fall off, and am I gonna wad this whole thing up?
Yeah.
So I finally got everything together, and I was able to pull the trigger on the front end, also from SI.
Okay.
And this was like, when that happened, I was like, holy crap! Like I'm getting my dream truck, because like, I had pictures of like all these SI and Plank and New Line trucks, like on my computer, that I just would drool over and like, oh, someday.
Dude, so for those of you that don't know, SI is amazing.
Yeah.
New Line is amazing. I've built some of like the first luxury kind of Prerunner-ish
maybe.
style.
Yeah.
Right? They race
build,
stuff?
They kind of build the same truck. Well, as far as Rangers go, they kind of build the same
They're like
truck.
the Ranger kit. They are the Ranger kit, if not.
If you're asking me, yeah, it's like you can't get any better than their stuff.
Damn.
Or any of their builds, like they're just kind of timeless. And
what's your favorite SI build?
It's got to be there's an old picture of like Nick sent it the other day. There's an old picture of I think the Drywall Guy Ranger is what it used to be called, which I think the Wilsons own it now. It's called Margaret.
Okay.
And it's basically looks like this. It's a white Ford Ranger. No, it looks way cooler than this.
It's basically this truck, guys.
There's a picture of it, and I believe it's in their shop or in a shop, and it's kind of like a front quarter view of just like the most beautiful Ranger you've ever seen.
So you were able to truly build your dream Ranger.
Yeah, finally, after like a really long time. So when I started building it, like the back half, I set out, I copied how they do all of their tube layout. They do a frame kick in the back. They keep the stock frame, but they kick it up. We could talk about that when we get in there, but I copied all that and tried to copy an engine cage and the front bumper kind of set up, because I was just...
You're in awe,
and building my dream truck.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Well, man, this is such a beautiful truck. Again, super influential. Works so damn good.
Thank
Marcel, take us through the front of this thing, man.
So it's all kind of goes together. It's SI beams, radius arms, steering, and then all the pivots to go with it. All the pivots bolt onto the frame. So if you do like wad something up, you can see the beam pivot is right there. And there's bolts there. If you like wad something up, you just unbolt one of the brackets and then get a new one and bolt it right back on. They all kind of locate from stock points in the frame, even some stock holes, like the steering bracket locates with the 3 bolts for the steering box.
What incredibly well thought out.
Yeah,
by the way,
it's super well thought out, and like the brackets kind of hit the cross member and tie everything together underneath.
Hell yeah.
It's super strong and just very pretty in my opinion.
Yeah. Is this how they usually mount their bumps?
That bump is a bracket that comes with the kit also.
So sick.
Yeah.
So did you come up on a kit, or did you
He had
One was for sale, or you had one built by them?
No, so he kept in contact with me, and he had a customer that had these beams on his truck, and he was upgrading to the billet beam that he sells.
Jesus.
So he's like, hey, I've got these beams here.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, that sounds great. And just kind of signed myself up for it. And he built me the rest, you know, the steering and all the pivots and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of how that happened was.
That's awesome. And then you were saying the radius arms over here, is that also on like a bracket too, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So there's the radius arm bracket.
Yep.
And it's the same with the 4-link. All the brackets for the 4-link bolt to the frame too. And I guess I could have welded them on, but I wanted to like kind of stick with their style.
That's awesome.
It's really hard to drill big old holes in your frame underneath, like with a cab in your way and stuff, but I think it was way worth it.
Is this the standard like coilover that they'll run on these things, or because I know you were saying this is the 3.0, right?
Yeah, so pretty much all of them except for like a few race trucks that they've built just run a 3.0 coilover.
Damn, that's wild.
And then they do this cool little thing. I've seen it on a few of their trucks. Is they move the resi port down onto the shock body of the coilover instead of being up here on the top cap. And what that does is it gives the coilover an internal bump zone. So when the piston passes this port,
it's all the pressure.
Mega stiff.
Yeah, all the pressure.
Yeah, so that last couple inches you have the bump stop and also the...
Whoa, that's cool. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me and Kevin...
So it's like a way they built in like a bump zone, right?
Bump zone. It's the same way that a bypass works.
That's insane. Well, guys, this is the first time I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, Kevin took care of that for me.
Very cool. And this is like what SI kind of recommends with the setup?
He didn't really recommend anything. He just kind of sold me the stuff and said, but we've seen it. Like I told you, we used to drool over pictures of these trucks all the time. So last year we actually finally did that.
Nice, man.
It makes a pretty big difference for sure.
Have you found anything that you would ever want to improve with this front end, or how are you feeling about it all?
No.
Like, now that it works, I mean, after seeing it work, it's pretty phenomenal, man. I mean,
thank you. I mean, I like it.
If you see a video of Marcel driving, like, two things to consider, right? One is he's probably hit that section about 10 times. And we filmed once or twice. Yeah. And second, once the cameras go down, like he's still going. He's just going, dude. So did you like ride BMX or anything, or like moto or what, dude?
Well, I grew up in the desert like all of us. Riding dirt bikes.
Yeah, I mean, like,
couldn't peel me off that thing.
You're definitely like a dirt bike kid vibe. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, dude, this dude's like doesn't stop, dude. Yeah. I love it, man. I love that, man. Very cool. You copied this engine cage.
Yeah, from one of
the old SI kind of builds.
One of their trucks, yeah.
Okay, sick. Should we pop the hood? Yeah, let's do it, man.
Just super simple engine cage. Kind of just does everything it needs to. Obviously, a cross member up on top for the shocks. The engine cage goes obviously into the cab at the top and also at the bottom. There's a diagonal tube that goes up into the cab. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see, but I think that tube's pretty important.
Tie it all in, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
There's the one he's talking about right there, folks.
I didn't want a ton of tubes.
Then it ties in there too, so there's 3?
Yeah, there's 3 going inside, because Rangers are kind of notorious for getting cracks on this A-pillar tube right here.
Okay. So as much support as possible that can go to it.
Yeah, this one really helps out a lot.
I mean, especially when you're shaking the absolute shit out of it all the time, Marcel.
For sure. Yeah.
I would imagine there might be a weak point. Let's go through the wall 20 times today.
Well, I mean,
you know, that's what it's built for, dude.
That's what it's for,
dude. And again, like, guys, like with all the miles that he's put on this thing, how well it works, it looks so beautiful, dude.
Thank you.
This truck is just so epic. I can't, like, it seems like you just park it, dude, you know? And it's definitely not.
No, you know? I've definitely used it a lot. I've driven it a lot.
Yeah.
And I clean it a lot. And I try to take as best care of it that I can, because like I said, it's my dream truck. So
absolutely, man. Hell yeah.
So yeah. So the motor is actually a transplant. This is a overhead cam 4.0. This truck originally comes with the push rod, or the OHV 4.0.
Okay.
And those things are painfully slow. But I found out that you could just swap these motors in, like literally just put it in, and all the old wiring and sensors and computer, all that stuff will run the motor.
No way.
Yeah, it just kind of bolts right in.
That's crazy. Are these kind of hard to find now, or are they just around?
No,
or?
not really. They're around. They're in a lot of junkyards because I got a lot of parts for this one out of junkyards. But
That's what's up.
Yeah, you can put it in and it like almost doubles your wheel horsepower.
Dang.
So that's cool. The truck is way more fun with this one.
Take notes, kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Overhead cam swap.
Awesome. Just again, guys, like the way the truck's cared for and the way it looks is just phenomenal. I love how you have the 3-piece instead of like a front clip.
Yeah, you gotta stick with the 3-piece.
Why didn't you go with the Dream Raptor front end? Why didn't you? Why do you do that, Marcel? Just kidding.
I hate those.
You hate those things?
I'm a purist. This is my favorite front end of the Rangers.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's the 93, dude.
Yeah, it gives it that old school feel. This is a 93.
93. It's a 93. You know, it has to look that way. Very cool, man. Couple things we got to go over. All of this beautifulness. This beautiful skid plate right here.
Yep.
Just all of this.
Simple.
Tell us, man.
Simple tucked bumper. It's what I like. I don't like big old. You know, it's not a race truck. I wasn't building a race truck, so I didn't need like some crazy push bumper and all that. So I wanted to keep it nice and tight and clean. And then got 3 Baja Design LP6s. Finally, like I've always had like Amazon lights on here, and like, dude, when you get real lights, holy moly!
How was the and I mean, like, this is no plug. This is being real. How was the difference from the Amazon light to the Baja Design?
Like, it's literally night and day.
Literally, buzzing.
Bing.
No, really, it's pretty out of control.
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy. I mean, I was never a believer, and then finally I was like, dude, I got to get some real light for the front. So
and then having them here, is like everything.
Yeah, and I wanted to keep like the kind of the old school thing going.
Love it.
So I wanted round-ish lights. And then I built like this. I drew this in CAD, and I had Jubera Fab machine this cool little bracket for the lights.
Love. Is this for sale?
No.
This is a special one-off.
That's mine.
Okay.
People can copy it, but I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, that's yours.
Yeah,
dude. This is for the beautiful. What's the name of your truck? We didn't even talk about that.
This is Jolene.
This is Jolene.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Marcel.
Yeah.
I like the skid plate too.
Oh, thanks.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I think this is like the SI vibe too.
A little bit, yeah.
Is it? Don't they kind of have that?
They do that for sure. It kind of goes with the slits in the grill.
Damn.
And yeah.
And I love the powder coat color. That's also true to the era.
Yeah.
I think too. You know, like the mid '90s, early 2000s color.
Yeah. Well, they always did their stuff in nickel.
So they powder coated it. This is theirs.
No, that's just Steel It. Actually.
Oh, that's Steel It?
Yeah.
All right.
That's just gray Steel It.
Yeah, dude. Cool, looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, gray Steel It and a lot of black, just like spray paint from Home Depot.
Yep. Let's talk about this hub right here. Let's talk about these wheels.
Yeah,
Let's talk
wheels
about
and tires.
this setup. Look at this setup right here.
So we can start in the center, I guess. I found these super cool old cone hubs that work with like the 1-ton, 1-inch kingpin beams.
Okay.
They're badass. I don't know what to say about them. They're just really cool. And the spindles that I found with them had brackets for CNC brakes. So there's actually a 6-piston CNC caliper hiding in there.
Wow.
Inside of a little tiny 15-inch wheel. It barely clears, but it clears.
And that's why you drive it so hard.
No, not really. I mean,
it was just hanging on, though.
I just got those.
Oh, okay, dang.
I just had stock brakes before. And, yeah.
Because you can stop. I mean, like, that's what I'm figuring, but now you can
weird.
stop.
It's weird now that I can stop.
This is weird. Why?
Before I would just send it. And whatever happened, we were just going.
So running the Methods 15-inch wheel?
Yeah, they're like one of the only guys that were still making 15s.
Okay.
I really like this wheel because it kind of adds to the old school.
Absolutely.
You know, look, I joke around a lot. I say this is a period correct Prerunner.
I would agree, man.
Because I was, setting out to copy an old school truck. So
it's amazing.
That wheel kind of fit with what I was going for.
And then we got these bad boys.
BFG projects, they're a 35.
How hard are those to find?
You can't find them anymore. I found one like a couple months ago. And I bought it.
And that's how it is.
Yeah, you just have to find one or two and then go get it.
So, was leaf sprung, cut out the bed cage.
Yeah.
Got this dialed in now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on back here.
Okay.
So we could start at like basically the first thing is the frame kick.
Got it.
And that's important because you need up travel.
Up travel is key.
Yeah, that's why leaf springs suck, because you can't get any up travel out of them. So when you're linking a truck, I was setting out to get that absolute most up travel I could.
Okay.
So I kicked the frame, which is like a SI Motorsport kind of signature thing, I guess.
It's a lot of up travel, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, oh my God, that is a lot. What is that, like 14?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got 14.
Is that 14?
14, yeah.
Hey, yo.
Exactly.
Gotcha, dude. Yeah, that's a lot.
The tires, the 35s touch the top of the bed sides.
Really?
Like you can see on that side, it's notched out right there. Yeah, they flex the top of the bed sides up. So I couldn't even put 35s, 37s. I could, I'd have to just take out a little bit of bump, I guess. But
yeah, or you would have had to gone to your favorite Raptor glass. No? Okay, sorry. Bad joke.
No.
Marcel said never ever.
No.
Ever. All right. Cool. One Life Trauma Kit. Those are our buddies.
Yeah.
Those are our buddies.
Super important.
Very important, you guys. You never know what you're going to come across in the desert. These are our good friends, good guys, off-road racers, Baja dudes, pre-runner guys. And it's basically a kit to save people's life as best as you can, right? Keep them alive till help gets there. That's kind of what that is. So if you guys pick one of these up, tell them we sent you. They're good friends of ours. Standard.
2 fire extinguishers. And then like your standard 2 transmission oil coolers, a jack. I have my battery back here.
Where's the battery?
Right there.
Right on.
Yep. And then a relatively small shock package to today's standards.
Tell them, Marcel. Tell them. Do these shocks work, Marcel?
They work. They get hot.
Does that shock,
hot.
that diameter right there work?
This will work. This is a 2.5 coilover, and this is a 2.5 bypass. And they get warm. I personally have never truly felt shock fade to the point that I'm like, I should slow down or anything. Mm-hmm. So I don't care what anyone says.
Again, you're driving hard.
I'm not a believer.
Yeah.
But yeah, they work. And that's mostly thanks to Kevin. Because we have like 7 years of shock tuning on the back of this truck. And
I love it.
Almost every time he's like, oh, let's just like, and I'm like, dude, no, it's great. It's perfect. I don't even feel the back. He's like, nah, just a little bit. I'm like, whatever.
He knows.
But he knows, yeah.
He's the scientist, bro. You know what? He wants it dialed.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Zing.
Yeah. We're plugging all the homies. Again, Kevin is awesome, you guys. Go shock tune with Kevin. He's amazing.
Sure. He's worth it.
Up and coming dude. He's going to be a really great dude. He already is a really great dude. You guys are from the LA area. He'll meet you guys in Barstow. Wonderful dude. Absolute shredder. And he's building a cool truck that hopefully maybe we got to go film an episode with. So 35s, 15, 2.5, 2.5, and it all works.
I think so.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm happy with it. So the links are, again, from SI. The brackets all bolt onto the frame. The bracket's actually really cool. It locates onto the frame with the 4 holes for the rear body mount.
Sick.
So you kind of just like bolt that on, and then you can drill the rest of these holes. So you can't really get it wrong. And then they also sandwich the upper link, which is on the inside of the frame.
Okay.
The upper link pivot, it's actually this bolt that's right up in here.
There it is.
And this 4-link, like, I can't say enough good things about it. It's the geometry on it. They just got it so right. It has a ton of rear weight transfer, or some people would call it squat.
Okay.
So basically, when the truck's under power, the link system is transferring all the weight towards the rear of the vehicle.
Okay.
And the best way I can explain that is
it's like a dirt bike.
Riding a dirt bike. When you're in whoops, you lean back, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically what having a ton of rear weight transfer will do to you, or will do to the truck. And that's why I think it's okay to only run coilover on the front, because the front is just kind of
floating,
dancing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the back's doing all the heavy lifting. So
it all
works together. You know, it's like you have to do the whole package to work together.
Dirt bike bro science at SI. You guys figured it out.
So that's a third brake light that I designed and I make and I sell online.
Okay.
Don't hang me because I don't have any in stock right now. I'm working on it.
Here they come, Marcel.
I know, dude.
I'll let you know before we launch this episode.
They bought them all at the Off-Road Expo. So
yeah.
But basically, it's just a bolt-on deal for the Ford Ranger. You don't got to cut, you don't got to drill. It just bolts right in. Holds 2 Baja Design S2s or 3.
Okay.
What I do in the middle, because I drive this truck on the street a lot, and I can't have a red S2 as a third brake light.
Right.
So I sell a little kit that bolts on in there the same way that a S2 would, and it basically just allows you to use the stock third brake light bulb and like the little quarter turn kind of little socket thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm using in mine.
That's awesome. Super clean, by the way.
Thank you.
Love the way it looks. Amazing design. I love because like it's sharp, but it's also like smooth on the edges.
Yeah.
That's so
I'm really
gangster,
happy with
dude.
that.
I love the way you design, man. I really
Thank
do.
you.
I think it looks so good, and the people want stuff. So get on it, bro.
I know,
okay,
man.
they're
trying.
waiting.
I'm trying.
Tell them, guys. Tell them.
It's hard, man.
I know. I mean, we got what big old cell back here. What is this guy? 35 gallon?
Yeah, it's a 35-gallon Jazz.
Okay.
And then underneath is a Ford 9-inch.
Oh, this is the one you said Morgan worked on?
Yeah, he did the bottom truss on it way long before I even owned this truck.
Right on.
Just some simple single piston GM disc brakes,
Okay.
and then top truss for the upper
Yep.
the upper link pivots.
They're right there. Awesome.
And
35 and
it's actually a semi floater,
oh, okay.
which has always been a worry for me, but it works, so I guess we're gonna keep rolling with it.
Maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance, big
Maintenance, checking on it.
Yeah.
You hear a new click or a new tick?
time. Yeah, so I'm always
Check her
checking
out.
on the gears, and I put 35 spline axles in it after I did the new motor.
Okay.
And they were like way bigger than what it had 31.
Oh,
just
wow.
like the jump.
And how did that work out?
The jump was like huge. Well, I had to get like the third member redone with a new spool in there.
Right.
But aside from that, just give them the measurements and they make you the axles to what they need to be.
The power, the weight, the wheel.
Yeah.
It's 35. It's fine,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
that's what it is. Again, another. Wow, guys, you don't need to go 36 jumbo spline. You don't need to do those kinds of things. Stay within your budget. If you're a teacher or you have a job that's regular.
That's regular.
Anyways, it's not about me, guys. It's about
Yeah.
Marcel. But yes, point, right? It doesn't need to be like that. It doesn't need to go crazy. Look at this damn truck. How much wheel travel do you think is in the SI?
So the
Front
front,
end.
is like, it's like 19 or 20. I can't remember what.
19 or 20.
I had to reclock the bottom mounts for the coilover.
Okay.
And once I did that, I was able to get, I want to say it's 19 or maybe 19 and a half.
That's a lot of travel.
Yep. And then the back is getting 24.
The back is 24.
Yeah. Most of it's up.
Most of it's up. Yeah,
That's what's important.
about 14
That's what-
inches of up travel in
yeah.
this thing.
Yeah, that's the front's like 11.
Okay.
And then, most of it's up.
And tires back here, weights back here, gas is back here.
Yeah, all the weight in the back. You
All
have
the
to.
weights in the back, especially with the Bro Science dirt bike links back here. You know, so much up travel, 35 spline, axle, good stuff, man. I think it's time to go inside.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Okay, Marcel, tell us
right.
about this.
So I guess the cage, which is the most obvious thing in here, it's very large and very safe. It's all 2-inch. It's all chromoly.
And this is one of the things that really pumped you up about this purchase.
Yeah,
with
this was pretty much the entire reason I bought this truck. Was
Look at this damn cage. This is like a race cage, dude.
yeah, it would totally be like race legal. pretty
Oh,
much
totally, man.
Anywhere.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I never really worried about myself in here.
Dynomat,
Yeah,
of course.
all over the place, trying to quiet it down. Trucks like these they get very loud inside, and that's
Yeah.
just kind of the nature of the beast, I guess.
For sure.
So Dynomat or sound deadener wherever you can.
Yeah.
And everywhere else. Also, all the
Right on.
doors and
Everywhere you
everything.
can do it.
Everywhere you can do it, yeah, it helps out.
Stock dash, beautiful.
Yeah, when I bought the truck, actually, it had an
Wait, this is a
aftermarket.
stock dash?
Yeah, this is a stock dash. The 93 and the 94 Ranger had this like super old school looking dash.
Oh, that's why I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah,
I'm
it
so
doesn't-
used to 95, 96, where it's like that smooth.
Yeah, they kind of kept that dash all from like 95 all the way until the end. That
Really?
the dash never changed, but there was the 2 years had this one.
That's why I said, that's why I was like, wait a sec. This looks
is
great.
like an OBS dash. It looks a lot like
So sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I love them. So when I bought the truck, it had a aftermarket dash in it, and I was not about it.
We got to figure this out.
Yeah, I really like stock looking interiors. I don't know why. I just love seeing like a stock door card and a stock dash and carpet and all that.
That's why we're friends, Marcel.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love that too. It's probably like, I say it a lot in episodes, but I really do love when people keep that. Like, it just feels like a Prerunner.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you,
you know what I mean? It
feel
makes
like
it
you're
feel
in a regular truck kind of thing. So
yeah, dude.
I found this and had to cut like a gang of holes in it, which was very hard and very scary.
but you made it work.
Yeah, so all the tubes kind of fit through it. I had to make a beauty plate for up here because this stuff just crinkles and
I'm sure.
And
Weather.
it's just very old and yeah. So,
Okay.
but I got that back in. I got all the stock, the gauge cluster back in, and all the gauges still work.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
Got the fuel gauge to work with.
Shut
with
up.
the tank. Yeah, yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah. So
For those of you that don't know, now you know it's a big deal to have a stock gauge work on a Jazz
fuel
or anything.
cell, yeah.
Oh my God, wonderful.
Yep. So
Heck yeah.
and then I put the trans temp right here, kind of sleek little spot to put that.
Clean.
And then my good friend Grant, Firehouse Fab, he built me this center console because I am not a sheet metal guy.
Okay.
By any means.
Okay.
He made me this console. It came out awesome.
Love how it's wrapped too.
Yeah, it's aluminum, and I just got it wrapped at like some
local spot.
Some upholstery shop. They were doing like a bunch of couches, and I took this in there. I was
Like, hey, what can you do with this?
can you do this? And he's like, yeah, no problem.
You know, a lot of people
yeah.
forget to just go to like the local shops that do that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, for carpeting, for whatever, dude. You know.
Yeah.
And then, did you like find this factory carpet?
I believe the truck had the carpet in it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the truck had the carpet in it. My buddy Justin donated these floor mats for me.
Wonderful.
And
wonderful.
Yep. So there's a race radio in here, PCI intercom.
Of course, PCI.
Can't say enough good. I've never had an issue. I bought that intercom used 7 years ago, and it's never skipped a beat. Ever.
Damn, you hear that, folks?
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yep. Couple switches for all the stuff, all the fun stuff.
Yep. Good stuff, man.
Yep.
Cup holders for big gulps, basically.
Cup holders for the big
Slurpees.
Gulps. The sport sodas.
And for some coffee for the wifey.
Yeah.
Coffee
yeah, she lives on
and
that
bottles. Nah, maybe.
There was bottles in this thing at one point when I had the third seat in it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I had baby bottles in here.
Got it. Right on, man.
Yep. So.
Can we talk about these?
We can talk about those.
Marcel, tell us about these beautiful things right here.
So
what are these things?
That's another product that I drew up and make and sell. It's basically just a billet aluminum clamp-on deal for a dome light or for any sort of auxiliary lighting, really. There's a hidden bolt in the middle, so it clamps together around the tube, and then you can put, in this one I have 2 KC Cyclones.
How creative, dude. I mean, I love the hidden bolt. That's freaking amazing. Yeah. I need to get these in my truck, so.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it like just clean looking, you know, because it's inside of this is where you spend all your time, right? So.
No, you're not going to be bonking your head on something. Again, it has like those nice edges. It looks really clean and smooth. Bolts right up to the tube. Freaking legit, dude. I love that.
You're not going to move this thing and say it's not going to fall on your head or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
very
I'm pretty
clean.
stoked on those. I do have those in stock, so
you do
get off my back about that.
All right, yeah, guys. So all right, everybody, just chill the hell out and stay calm, okay?
Yeah, these are in stock.
These are available.
Yeah, for KCs and for Baja Design dome lights. So.
Awesome. There it is, guys. The Cutlass dome lights. Got some PRPs.
I do have PRP seats. They're super comfy, and then the big old pads on the.
Are these the Premiers? Do you know which ones they are?
I don't know.
They're PRPs.
They're just the comfy PRPs. Is what
the cozy ones. So when you guys go to PRP, just tell them that Marcel he wants the comfy ones.
Yeah, the comfy ones.
Show them this video. PCI race headsets.
Yep.
A must in the desert.
Definitely.
You don't have to lose your voice.
Yeah, and with how loud these trucks are, like you'll go deaf.
Yeah.
From the motor and
lose your voice.
Like solid motor mounts and solid trans mounts. So
yeah.
You just hear everything. And then the bypasses is a whole nother story.
The clicking?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So these are a must for sure. And then you get to talk to all your buddies if you have a radio.
That's
and
right.
talk crap when they're going too slow,
Oh, that's the best.
and make excuses when they're talking crap about you going too slow.
Got it. See, Marcel knows. He
Yeah.
knows, man. He's chasing all the homies.
Yep.
Cool, man. Let's talk about that trans.
Okay.
Anything else in here?
Well, no, just the shifter for the trans.
Oh, yeah.
It's a manual valve body, so you can't have one of these shifters for like the stock Ranger trans. You have to have basically a manual valve body to take advantage of having a transmission with like a selectable gear.
Right.
Which is huge for drivability, especially in like sand.
Yeah.
Because I've taken this to Glamis a lot,
Yeah.
and I like to take it, you know, real deep in the dunes with Khalil and all them, and
The dune, dude. You guys are the duners.
the duners. Yeah.
You know, it's very rare to find pre-runner guys that can do it all. But Marcel and Khalil, what's up, Khalil?
Yeah.
You're probably not going to watch this, but we love you. and
That's
miss
my
you.
trusty guide.
Dude, it's great.
I'll follow that kid anywhere into the dunes.
I will say this, and I don't know if I'm going to get cred. I'm not trying to show off.
Huh.
But I would drive my absolute hunk of junk 3.3 liter Nissan Frontier, one tire fire, in the dunes at like 6-7 psi. Oh, it's too low. You should have Velux. Don't ever tell me how to live my life. I still did it, and I still made it.
Yeah.
And I would dune everywhere. And because I learned how to dune with that piece of crap, my lines were always perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
So I'd follow Khalil, and Khalil would follow me. The couple times I've been to Glamis, and we're like in the Osborne dunes, just like cruising around, putting around. And you know, it's really common for a lot of friends to be like, "Hell no,
Yeah.
hell no, I'm sitting right here on Gecko, right here on Sand Highway, and I'm not going in there." But
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
It's way more fun.
It
It's
is.
Sand Highway, like if you're there on a busy weekend when everyone goes,
Yeah.
you can't drive on Sand Highway. You're going to, you know.
It's scary.
It's constant head on
Too
a
many
swivel.
go-karts, bro.
I'm going to kill someone
Yeah.
at any minute.
Yeah.
So the dunes are just so much more fun.
Yeah.
And when it's empty, even more fun.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
yeah.
Duning in a pre-runner is
Top
I would say
five
it's
coolest.
awesome.
Yeah.
Two-wheel drive pre-runner, especially with the V6.
And the looks you get when you're passing by like a group of sanders. They're
like, what are you doing? Yeah, dude.
you know what I mean?
It's awesome.
So, but
awesome,
yeah,
man.
super important to have like selectable gears for drivability, especially like
Excellent.
I said in the dunes. The Trans is a C4.
Yeah.
It was built by this guy Dana Sniff. He's in Irvine. It's like completely built.
Still built?
Yeah, he still builds. You gotta. He's hard to get a hold of.
Okay.
He's retired, but he still builds transmissions out of his garage.
Okay.
So you gotta like literally call his house phone. He's that old.
He's that guy. Yeah. He's that guy. Hey.
You gotta call his house phone and he won't answer. And
Yeah.
you gotta leave a message and tell him like, hey, I want to get a transmission built, and he'll probably call you back. That's
awesome.
basically what I had to do. But it's been like he did the whole package, like all of his stuff, rollerized it and hardened this and billet that. And
That's a whole other science.
yeah, and I've had that truck, that Trans, for 7 years in this truck now.
Oh,
And
my Ranger Ford God.
Yeah, it's never skipped a beat. Like it never
Shut
gets hot. It just goes, and I'm not nice to it. Like
No, you're not.
not in the dunes.
You're kind of
especially.
addicted to the Trans, to be honest
Yeah,
with
well,
you.
the whole truck, kind of. But yeah, dude, 7 years, it's never skipped a beat.
Damn,
Yeah, it's
Marcel,
incredible.
that dude.
Knock on wood.
Hey, yeah, this is cruise home.
Yeah.
You know, man, out of everything we've talked about,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say I'm probably the most impressed with that. I'm sure everybody knows, you know, the Ford transmission problems, you know.
Yeah.
But you find the right guy, I guess, right? Make it work.
That's the right guy, for sure.
Well, hell yeah, dude. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, guys. So there you have it. This beautiful Ranger Jolene, the period correct pre-runner. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Marcel has, again, I think he's definitely influenced us and our group of friends in so many different ways with not only his driving style, but like the build itself. And I hope this episode is like turned on some lights, turned some gears in your brain on what's capable, what's in your budget, how you can make things work, and you know, like to not give up, right? I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
This was the dream truck.
Yeah,
right.
It's super easy to get caught up in like
Yeah.
the biggest and the baddest parts and the biggest tires, and
Doesn't need to be like
if anything, I hope like this truck will inspire the young generation to like just go out there and have fun with your friends, and you will progress. And
Right on.
sometimes you'll have to drive Uber in a Prius, but you will progress.
To make it happen. You know, dude, there's a lot of good points in here. Marcel's an awesome dude. I'm sure if you guys have some questions about the build, you guys can DM him on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll put that right there. I'm sure they'll kind of come in. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are pumped on this. Keep the torch lit, man. Keep these trucks going, guys. This is our culture, man. From 562 to 909 to 619, all over the place, dude. Yeah. Let's keep these pre-runners going. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Later. Peace.